Second trade of the week. Let's get into it. This is the recap. We ended up knowing the bias, but losing a trade and learning a good lesson that I've already learned, and I'll tell you guys about it later. We had some 11:30 p.m. USD news. Didn't really care too much about that. That's the way after London session when we're trading. But we were trading both sessions. We had the usual stuff marked out. The 4 hour was bearish, moving down from here. We've been having some good retraces and then a bit of a consolidation. Asia session, especially on GU. We're just moving down on the 4 hour, so I was looking for bullish positions because I wanted the London session reversal. Pre-market was pretty sporadic. We came all the way down here, all the way up to Asia high, and we ended up consolidating around there. If we had swept Asia low, that would have been a bit better. However, we didn't sweep anything on EU. And then later, we swept Asia high. I'm kind of trying to remember what happened this morning after, but there was a good lesson in here. I guess I wasn't really looking at EU because we hadn't swept above the high, and because I was looking for longs, GU was above the highs. However, this big up move was really annoying to me. I was looking at it and I didn't like it, because seeing this, I thought we would kind of consolidate and then go down a little bit, which we kind of did. But I did still take a trade because we kept going up above these highs. We didn't form a fair value gap on the 5 minute, which is what I want when trading above or below highs or lows. I want a fair value gap to form to show that the 5 minute is disrespecting it. We did break up above it, and the hourly did break structure pre-market. We then got a 5 minute equilibrium retrace. Boom. And now this is where I messed up. Seeing this big up moves, breaking structure, there was still a fair value gap there. We broke above both these highs. I should have just went long, and I was looking at it. I was going to have a 4 pip stop, and I could have targeted lower. This was TP1 on this trade, and if I had targeted up there, it was better risk reward actually. This 2.7, that's 2.8. Hold up, why am I I don't know. But I could have targeted this and it would have hit. But why didn't I? Well, I was looking at it and we were going up a lot, and I thought, well, why didn't I? I guess it's a very fine line between patience and underconfidence. So you could say that I was being patient and waiting for a better entry, because I did get a better risk reward on this trade. But what I did was I waited, we got a fair value gap, retrace, and then up moves out of it. And I went long on this candle, but my broker entered me all the way up here. Maybe, stop loss couldn't have really been below there, because then I'll be risking way too much. So I just put stop loss there because I thought if it's gonna go here, it's gonna go there, which it did, instead of having it below the low. And then we had a giant up candle, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna move my take profit up, because this was only gonna make me like $100 from this nearly 1 to 3 because of my bad entry. So I moved it up to target around 15 pips. Wasn't really at anything. This line that I have marked out is at a 1 hour fair value gap, by the way. So the end of that 1 hour fair value gap, we ended up getting the bias right. We went bullish, took out New York highs, but I've just got to figure out that fine line between patience and underconfidence. We did very slightly break structure on the 5 minute, which I wasn't worried about. On EU, we did inverse this gap, and I was kind of looking for shorts, trying to find where price was gonna go because of these huge up moves. And EU was kind of looking good to the downside. But this was just an annoying trade. If I had just entered when boom, tap into 5 minute EQ, we barely broke structure on 5 minute, didn't really matter. I'm gonna need at least another candle on the 5 minute to prove we're going down. We get big volume on the 1 minute, bang, enter, 4 pip stop, targets there. And let's say I got a bad entry. So this one entered me 0.9 pips up. All right, so let's go. Let's say I got a bad, let's say I even got a worse entry up there. And then we just had 4 pip stop. That would have hit. 1 to 2. Nice little trade. But I didn't. Anyways, that's fine. Good loss to take. We got the bias right, which I'm happy about. I've just got to fix that a bit. And if I got a better entry, that would have been if I'd entered down here. Because I'll wait and then I'll see this down candle and then I'll get scared. And then when it goes up, then I'll get FOMO and then I'll enter. So I've just got to enter when everything matches my plan. Bang, enter, boom, 1 to 3 even. Bit annoyed about that on my own part. I'm glad we got the bias right on GU. Ended up, or we did consolidate for a while. And then New York session moved price upwards. Same thing on EU, yeah. Wasn't the best trading day, yeah. The hourly looks disgusting. Could have made money though. That was a trade from Tuesday. Got 3 more days this week to trade, so not gonna get caught up or worried or anything. If you guys did enjoy, smash that like button, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.